Hey, welcome back everybody. It's Chad from the Right Line. We got Cecil here today with Cecil's owner Jeff, and we're doing some cutting to clear a room for his 37's on these wheel wells. Okay, I don't mind cutting on somebody else's truck as long as they're good with it too, so let's get started. Cover my ears. Those hot embers going right down into my ear. That sucks. Yeah. So far, so good?
It's good.
The only thing I wonder about is if I was able to get back far enough to clear the tire, but the two walls are so close together here that I think if I continued cutting down here, I'd have to make a patch to patch it together. So hopefully that'll give you adequate clearance there. All right, now that we got all the cutting done and we got some of the edges smoothed up with the flap wheel, we're just shellacking in a whole bunch of seam sealer inside the fender well. I'll show you what that looks like here in just a little bit. But there's two body walls here. There's the outside body wall right here, and then behind that is the inside fender well, and the two of them come together into a pinch seam all the way around. And if you don't seal that up, there's potential for getting water in there, moisture and whatnot. You don't want that inside between the two body panels. So that's what Jeff's doing right here. Is just comes in a caulking tube, and you just fill it in where you want it. Rub it in with your fingers, and then it's sandable and paintable. So he'll be able to hit that with some sandpaper, clean it up like he wants it, and then put some paint over the top. And then one thing Jeff talked about also is that he was going to actually take some paint and he was going to follow this body line here with some paint and put some black paint down the side. So, all right, let's get the tire back on. It's on to the other side. Well, here we go. Driver's side is just about done. finishing up on the seam sealer. Nice and even. I like the way this side turned out, just a little bit better than the passenger side, but still got the job done here. Now what we did figure out is, despite having this cut here, Jeff's still going to have to put a 3/4 inch taller bump stop on this perch here, because the 37 that he's running will just still come up and touch this just a little bit. Couldn't quite cut a little higher into here without getting into the inner liner and a piece that comes down on the inside here. Just revolving, that would just involve a little bit more patchwork. Probably more than either one of us want to get into right now. But so we're using this seam sealer, number one, because of the dual walled inner and outer fender wells. The seam sealer will work real nice to keep moisture out of the inner fender well inside here, and it'll also help to bind the inner and outer wells together, because we folded some of the outer wheel well underneath to the inside well to kind of hold it together, and in some places on this side and the other side I put just a small tack weld in there just to hold that flap in place. But the seam sealer will work really nice, and when it dries, it'll dry really hard, and it's sandable and it's paintable, so he'll be able to fill this in with some paint, dress it up real nice, and then by the time he's done, it'll look really spiffy. Jeff just said that next time he's going to go to 40s, so
tell my wife.
All right, very nice. So this is actually going to turn out to be a little bit of a shorter video, just because, you know, handling the camera and all the tools and everything else, well, it's sometimes a little bit harder to do than I'd like, but overall I think this turned out pretty good. All right, so as some of you know, my son started a YouTube channel. This is his latest big project. We have a video that we're editing right now for his channel, the mini line, so you'll get to see how all of this came together. Don't tell him I showed this to you. All right, Jeff, what year is your 4Runner here?
89.
89 4Runner. You've done a lot of work to it though.
Originally a 3-liter. Recently, in the past couple weeks, maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, dropped in this 3.4-liter from a 98 4Runner. Considerably more power and torque than ever before with this truck.
Yeah, nice and clean too.
That's because it's recent. Give it some time.
Give it some time. All right, who did the install for that?
Joe Giuliano at GMG Fabrications.
GMG Fabrications. And they're in Scottsdale, right?
Yeah, like right on the Scottsdale Tempe border.
Okay.
McKellips and the Quintock.
All right. It's shiny new Bilsteins in there too.
They're just shiny.
They're just shiny. All right, how much lift is on this animal?
I have no idea. I've had this truck for 18 years, and over the years it's gone from one thing to another. Every couple years it's some other suspension configuration. Started off with ball joint spacer lift, and then turned into long travel that I had for a couple years.
I remember that long travel front end.
Long travel was great, but started wanting to do more difficult trails, harder things, and that Toyota 5.7 IFS diff just couldn't really handle it.
That's where you can follow him on Instagram there, the good old Graham. And you can follow GMG Fabrications as well. Awesome, Jeff. Well, I'm glad we got that project done. That'll look really cool when you get the 37s on there and you get it painted and everything will be done.
Yes, it's going to be amazing.
I love the, I've always loved the rag top on your 4Runner. Always loved that. And Cecil, right? Cecil.
Cecil.
That's it. Hit up Jeff on the Instagram there, and you might run into him out on the trail. Yep. Now all we have to do is get everything cleaned up, put all the tools away. He's got some paint to lay on this truck, and this was a cool project for a Saturday. So thanks very much for watching. Check out all the links below. There's some cool Midland radio stuff down there, and make sure all your bell notifications are turned on for the next project. We have a trail run coming up on the 20th. You might like this one. It's easy, but it's a Sycamore area where we are. It's going to be a nice little trail run. So, all right, thanks for watching, y'all. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.